सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् ज्ञानसम्बन्धाचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the participants and devotees, disciples sitting with us from around the world in Chitsabha and around the world sitting in many centers and ashrams. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Before starting the program, I also wanted to sincerely thank all the volunteers, organizers, my very extensions, my ashramites, for making this program happen. Why I made a statement, my very extensions? Because not only I did not take practice period, even my ashramites did not take the, of course, could not take the practice period for this. Integrity with the time and being authentically available, making the program happen. It's so sweet of them. They are running to my speed. At least I had few hours to rest in the daytime. They really did not even get that few hours, but made the whole thing available and happen. And all over the world, many volunteers and organizers were working very sincerely for making this program happen. I thank all of you. Now I can see Vancouver, Puri also. Yes. All city coordinators were up till late night. Late last night in IA Grads reunion. But slowly I transformed all the city coordinators and ashramites and everybody into Shiva Bhutas, Shiva Ganas. Slowly the sleep and food has disappeared from their life and they honor time. They honor Kala Bhairava. Just as the life. So beautiful. I'm really happy. I request all the cities, centers, organizers to make tea available for all the cities. If somebody feels a little sleepy, they can have a cup of tea. Oh, for many of you it will be daytime. Then let the ashram make tea available here with few cans anytime. See, all the participants who are sitting here, anytime you feel a little sleepy, just go and sip a cup of tea. And I also request all the participants all over the world to give me the freedom to sip a cup of tea whenever I want. But now, with integrity and authenticity, I commit to the Kala Bhairava and to all of you, I'll complete this program successfully with integrity and authenticity to the time and the space, quantity and quality, sincerely to all of you. With this commitment to Mahakala Bhairava, I begin the program. This program, Nitya Dhyana Yoga, Life Bliss program, this is the first level program. For my message, this is the program through which I wanted to introduce you a new way of living your life. As you all may be aware, I have developed the message and the methods newly with a complete new understanding. So I request all the participants, first thing, listen. 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 This program is not like a program you already attended from me or any of our Sangha Acharyas or anywhere with anybody. It is unique, just like you. So please listen. I can see the Tucson, Arizona center now. Some more centers are joining. Whenever I can see you guys, I'll announce the names and confirm that I am able to see you. So my first request, let us all commit to listening. Listening is God. Only through listening, the first step for transformation happens in Vedic tradition. The first step for transformation is Shravana, means listening. Vedic tradition gives only 3 steps. All of you need to know, Vedic tradition gives only 3 steps for transforming your life to success. The first step, listening. Second step, contemplating or internalizing, manana. Third step, expressing, radiating, nididhyasana, enriching. That's all. Shravana, listening. Manana, internalizing. Nididhyasana, enriching. So, first step need to happen in everyone. By you being here, continue to sit in the program. I'll take this as a commitment from you that you are deciding to listen. Am I right? Anybody who is still not decided to listen, please raise your hand. So all of you have decided to listen. I'm not getting the yes of so many people. Whether you are an ashramite or a volunteer or full-time volunteer or participant, if you are inside the hall now, you are only a participant. Okay? So, you have decided to listen. Am I right? Yes. This program not only designed to awaken your 7 energy centers, I also awaken your consciousness through which you can express the 4 fundamental foundation truths of Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment. That is integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching yours and others' lives. I also commit with you all that I will take the program step by step, taking all of you along with me and the understanding. So I will use less technical terms, and each term I use, I'll give a complete, definite definitions, so that you are able to travel with me in this journey of knowledge, transformation. Anywhere, any technical term I utter, if I am not able to make you understand to your level, please raise your hand so that I support you and assist you to travel with me in this journey of knowledge and transformation. Any one technical term you miss, first thing will happen, you will lose interest for the further travel. You will be stuck in confusion, which is really waste of resources like your time, your energy and everything. So, as this is the first level program, I commit with you all, I'll use very less number of technical terms and give you a definite definitions of each technical term. You are given the freedom to record it in any way you want, but you cannot be reusing it, like uploading it in the internet or any other broadcasting way. You can record for your own personal use, other than the biddi. Other than the people who are sitting in this hall, all the centers can record for your personal use, means the center's personal use. You cannot upload it in any public broadcasting methods, either Facebook, internet or in anything. This program is all about awakening your 7 energy points. There are 7 energy points in your body responsible for 7 thought currents of your being. Can you project? Yes. Now all of you are seeing the 7 energy centers. In Sanskrit we call it chakras. Each of the energy center is the center for a thought current. You have 7 thought currents. Each thought current is responsible for one center, and each center is responsible for one thought current. It means if the thought current is clean, alive, authentic, that center is alive, expanding and enriching. If the thought current is corrupt, that center also shrinks and collapses. These 7 energy points in your body, as per the yogic tradition and as per my own experience, play a very vital role in your life all the major things related to your life. Your diseases, the way you think, why you think the way you think, why you behave the way you behave, your emotions, your pains, your joys, your understanding about the world, your understanding about yourself, and everything unsaid by me. These are the 7 chakras through which you perceive the world, you perceive yourself. Each energy center is located in your body in particular place, but it is almost, not exactly that space, near that area. First center, the root center, it is near the root of your spine, but for every individual it is little different. It is not, I can't say one point around that area. For somebody it will be a little left, for somebody it is a little right, for somebody it is a little below, but around that area, around the root of the spine, the root center exists, and just 2 inches above, in the spleen area, the Swadhisthana chakra, the being center, is located. Third on your navel, the Manipuraga, the navel center is located. Center of the heart, the center of the heart area, the heart's chakra, heart center is located. Center of the throat center, center of the eyebrows, brow center, Agnya chakra, the top of your crown, the crown center, Sahasrara chakra. I am not using the Sanskrit words more so that the new participants will not be overwhelmed. These are the 7 centers corresponding to 7 different thought currents. For example, the moment lust thought current is alive in you, vibrant in you, you will feel your root center is active, ready to receive or give. The moment fear thought current is alive in you, the spleen center, Swadhisthana, being center, is ready to take decisions. It's active, fully alive. And the moment the worrying thought current is alive in you, the Manipuraka, the navel center, is alive. So each of these thought currents make that center alive. Each of these centers are major energy points through which the entire energy in your system is flowing. Whenever you lack integrity, authenticity, and responsibility, and enriching, you will experience the hangover of low energy or low frequency emotions like anger, attachment to your fantasy or fear, or worrying, attention need, jealousy, ego, dissatisfaction, frustration. Whenever you have the hangover of low frequency, low energy emotions, these major energy points shrink or collapse. Please understand. Root center vibrates with desire and pattern of greed. Energy, it is an energy thought current, the thought current of desire. Being center, thought current of fear. Navel center, thought current of worrying. Heart center, thought current of love, attention need. Throat center, thought current of jealousy, comparison. Brow center, thought current of ego. The alternative identity projection than what exists is ego. When you are not easily going with the life, it is ego. Either it is easy going or egoing. And crown center is the thought current for dissatisfaction and frustration. These are the 7 major energy points with the 7 major thought currents. Neha, you can, if you are feeling sleepy, tea is ready. Go and sip the cup of tea and sit. If you can't manage with the tea also, then leave the hall, so that you are in integrity with the oath you have taken. Whenever you have the hangover of low frequency or low energy emotions in you, the major energy points will shrink or collapse. That is what leads you to the state of being a disease with you and your body. On the other hand, whenever you live with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching, you will experience high frequency or high energy emotions like living with reality, without conflict, having the courage and breaking the fear patterns, living without worries, expressing pure love, uniqueness, and flowing with the life, and gratitude towards everything happening in your life. When such high frequency emotions flow in you, your energy centers expand, leaving you experiencing and expressing more and more vitality, health and life energy, which we call as Kundalini Shakti. Understand, the expansion of high energy is what I call Kundalini Shakti in Sanskrit. I am introducing a word, Kundalini Shakti, means inner potential energy, the ultimate bioenergy, the ultimate possible bioenergy which is in you but yet to be awakened is Kundalini Shakti. We will work step by step on each of these chakras today and tomorrow. I will give you the practical tools and processes. The processes only I call as kriyas. I am introducing one more technical term. Kriya means a process to raise the potential energy in you, which will awaken each one of your energy centers and the inner potential energy. The innate dormant life energy that is lying inside you, waiting to be used, is Kundalini. I'll begin explaining the first center, root center. This root center, thought current is desire, and it is blocked when you live in fantasy, not connected to the reality. What is reality? First understand, and I wanted to remind you, listening. You can pen down later on, and I have also given you the freedom to electronically store but not transmit. The people in this hall also listen. Of course, people in the Chit Sabha are not allowed to electronically store also, but listen, store consciously. What is reality? Understand, you have thoughts, words happening inside you, and you make it happen outside you also. When you are unconscious, even the words happening outside is not in your control. If you are conscious, even the words happening inside will be in your control. The words happening outside you and inside you, both put together, is your reality. Please understand. The thoughts and words happening inside you and outside you, both put together, is reality. The thoughts and words happening inside you is called inner reality. Outside you is called outer reality. Let me repeat once more to support you in listening. The thoughts and words happening inside you is inner reality. The words and thoughts happening outside you is outer reality. The outer reality is the results you produce in your life. So, your outer reality is the results you produce in your life. It is the actions you take outside you. The actions you take while responding to external situations of your life, and actions you take while interacting with other people in your life. Your outer reality includes words and thoughts you express outside you. Please understand, I am describing the outer reality. And now the inner reality. The inner reality is the words and thoughts you experience and express inside you. Your inner reality is the experience you carry about your outer reality. It is unfortunate human beings experience inner reality after the outer reality. It is guided by the outer reality. That is why you exist as a matter, slave. But if your inner reality is consciously created, it will make outer reality happen. Whenever there is a mismatch of your inner and outer reality, you are no more living life in reality. You are living in fantasy, and then the energy in your Muladhara chakra is blocked. Understand? The thoughts and words you create inside you is inner reality, and the thoughts and words you create outside you is outer reality. When there is a mismatch between these two, you live in fantasy. You live in fantasy. The root center collapses. Unfortunately, almost 99% of your life you spend in fantasy. There is almost always a constant mismatch in your inner and outer realities. Why? why is there always a mismatch in your inner and outer realities? Because your inner reality is guided by the outer reality. Whenever your inner reality guides the outer reality, even if there is a period of mismatch, it will be excitement and inspiration. When the outer guides the inner, the mismatch will be perspiration. When the inner guides outer, even if there is a mismatch, it will be an inspiration. When the inner guides outer, it will be excitement. When the outer guides inner, it will be exhausting. Why is there always a mismatch in your inner and outer realities? Because almost all human beings miss the fundamental foundation required to live life: integrity. May I draw the attention of Greensboro Center? Please do not waste time by penning down. I request all the centers to listen. Listening is the first right thing. So I request listening. Then later on you can pen down. Now I am introducing the first truth, sacred secret, tattva, integrity. In Sanskrit we call it satya. Integrity means you fulfilling the word and thought you give it to yourself and to others, and experiencing a state of completion, purnatva. You fulfilling the word and the thought, you give it to yourself and to others, and experiencing a state of completion, purnatva, with yourself and with life. Is integrity. Please understand. You fulfilling the word and the thought, you gave it to yourself and to others, and experiencing a state of completion with yourself and with life is integrity. Whenever you have thoughts and utter words inside you which you do not honor and fulfill, you will also utter words outside you which you will not honor and fulfill. Please understand. For example, whenever you give a word to yourself, a thought to yourself, and do not honor, you will feel the unfulfillment, the lack of integrity, you will feel low self-confidence or no self-confidence. Each time you are out of integrity, either inside you or outside you, you will not be connected with the reality of your life, and that is suffering. Not connected to the reality of life means you go on, take decisions with wrong data, wrong input, wrong informations. If you know the data, there is a valley in front of you, you can take the decision whether to get down or avoid. But if you have wrong input, in front of you it's a plain ground and you take the decision to walk ahead, dangerous. Walking, living the life without being in reality is taking decisions with or out of wrong input. Please get back to listening. Shravana. All the conflicts you experience in your life, whether your relationships, career, health, any aspect of your life, if you look, you will see that you are living in a condition of lack of integrity. In those aspects of your life, you are living with a hole called incompletion in those aspects of your life. In all the conflicts you experience in your life, you have that hole, H-O-L-E. When you restore integrity, you restore completion. Purnatva, fulfillment. In all relationships of your life, starting with yourself, then other people in your life, and also with various situations and dimensions of your life. Please understand. Please listen. Whenever you give a word to yourself and do not honor, you lose confidence on yourself. Whenever you give a word to others and do not honor, the other person loses confidence on yourself. You or the other person losing confidence on you. You losing confidence on you, other person losing confidence on you. Both. Makes you live out of reality. Life happens to you only when you have confidence on yourself and others have confidence on you. For example, you gave a word to yourself, I will do yoga every day or meditation every day, kriya every day, and you do not fulfill it. I tell you, you will lose confidence on yourself. And you will stop trying new things. The day you stop trying new things in your life, you are dead, waiting to be buried. I tell you guys, and I commit with you guys, till I leave the body, I'll go on be trying new things. Even while I leave the body, I'll be trying it in a new way. That is life. When you lose your self-confidence, you lose the courage to try new things in your life. New things in your life. When others lose confidence over you, they stop adding power to your life. Please understand, your life happens to you through others. Your mother makes you a child. Your child makes you a mother. Your boss makes you an employee. Your employee makes boss happen in you. Your brother makes a brother or sister happen in you. Your student make teacher happen in you. Your teacher makes student happen in you. So your life happens to you from others. Your life happens to you through others. When others lose confidence over you, through those persons, life does not happen to you anymore. If your life is made out of 10% happening in you, please understand, if 10 persons make major chunk of your life, in the 10, if 5 lose confidence over you because of your lack of integrity, 50% of your life stops happening to you. What is enlightenment? The most happening life is enlightened life. Understand. Let your life be most happening life. That is what I call life of success. Jivan Mukti is the life of the most happening. Even if a Jivan Mukta is in a solitude, he is not in loneliness. So much is happening in him. Restoring your integrity heals, awakens, energizes your root center. What do I mean by the word restoring your integrity? Restore completion to all relationships of your life, starting with yourself, then other people in your life, by bringing integrity. It means all the words you have given to yourself, either fulfill them or complete them. Even if you tell yourself, I have given these words to me, but I will not be able to fulfill it. Even that is a completion. You are in integrity. Understand? If you give a word to somebody, tomorrow you will come for dinner. If you are alive, you have to be there. That is integrity. If you are dropping dead, before that inform him that I am dropping dead, I will not be able to come for the dinner. That is integrity. That is integrity. Let us restore integrity with ourselves and with others. I tell you, last 10 days, I feel I have become new energy. Even an incarnation feels enriched by integrity and authenticity visibly. I was always established in authenticity. But when I made that radiate in every moment of my life, including honoring time and everything, I can see the way it enriches me and people around me. Whole ashram has become healthy. Whole sangha has become energetic. I really feel that 2012 explosion is happening. Then understand how much transformation you can have. When your relationship with with yourself and others and with whole life is complete and whole, W-H-O-L-E, not whole, H-O-L-E. With the W, you are in whole, Purnatva. And your root center is fully alive. Kundalini in your root center is overflowing. Being in integrity in your relationship with yourself and others and with life continuously keeps your root center active, throbbing, vibrant, alive. I'll give you a straight method to work on the root center. The knots that affects the root center, let us untie them. Let's liberate your root center. First, look into the relationship you share with yourself. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use internally to describe yourself. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use internally to describe yourself. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use externally to share with others about yourself. May I request the volunteers to distribute the exercise sheet. I'll be requesting even volunteers after you distribute the exercise sheet, sit and do the work. Do the exercise. You guys can also be participants. We don't need much volunteering. Ma, can you organize for pens? First, look into the relationship you share with yourself. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use internally to describe yourself. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use externally to share with others about yourself. Identify if there is a mismatch between these two and write that down in your notebook. Second, look into the relationship you share with your mother. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use inside you and describe your mother. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use externally to share with others. This includes even your own mother, about your mother. Identify if there is any mismatch between these two and write down that in your notebook. Third, look into the relationships you share with your father. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use internally to describe your father. Identify and write down the thoughts and words you use externally to share with others. This includes even your father, about your father. Identify if there is any mismatch between these two and write that down in your notebook. Please do the homework. You have 11 minutes to complete the homework. I think 11 minutes over. 11, I think 9:45. We started and it is 57. 11 minutes over. Still, how many of you are writing? Please raise your hand. Oh, I'll give you a few more minutes. If so many of you are writing, I'll give you a few more minutes. 5 more minutes. All right, if so many of you are writing, 10 more minutes. But finish it. When you go back home after the program today, you will do completion with yourself. It is called Swapurnatva Kriya, means completion with yourself, process of completion with yourself. First, sit with yourself in front of a mirror and no disturbances around you. Understand that the person in the mirror is the incomplete half of you. So when you complete with the person in the mirror, you restore completion to the person in the mirror and with the person inside you as well. Sit in a comfortable position, facing the mirror, connect with the person in the mirror, look directly into the eyes of the person in the mirror, contemplate on incidents, situations in your life where you experience low-level energy, emotions such as anger, guilt, frustration, agitation with yourself, incompletion in some form from those incidents, situations in the present moment. Now take the responsibility for liberating yourself from this incompletion that you have kept alive for yourself. Look in and identify all the thoughts you have and words you utter about yourself inside you and outside you which you are not honoring. relive incidents and situations where you experience conflict with yourself and talk aloud with the person in the mirror. Please understand, that's the main thing. Talk aloud with the person in the mirror. Repeat, reliving the incidents, situations, and continue talking again and again till you experience being free from low-level emotions inside you. It is nothing but talking to yourself, seeing your reflection on the mirror. Restore integrity by making a commitment to honor every word you utter about yourself internally and externally. Clear? After the Swapurnatva Kriya, you will do the Purnatva with others. Purnatva first level. Completion in the first level. Means, if you are experiencing any conflict in any relationship, like a mother or father, be very clear, you lack integrity there. Examine what all the words and thoughts you gave it to her and you did not fulfill. Sit face to face with her. Share with her and tell her what all the words you gave her and what all you are going to fulfill and what all you will not be able to fulfill. At least free her and yourself from your commitments. Even that is completion. And commit with her with integrity. You will honor from now onwards every thought and word you give it to her. So restore integrity with mother, restore integrity with the father, restore integrity with all the major relationships of your life, like spouse, brother, sister, and your friends. Because you need to do this as a homework, we will give you the printout of this instruction. Swapurnatva Kriya and completion with your relations. Now, I am going to give you one more Kriya for you to bring integrity with yourself and to others by supporting you with Kundalini awakening. Ready for the Kriya? Sit on your knees. Sit on the Vajrasana. Or, if you can't sit on the Vajrasana, Batmasana means locking the leg. If that is also not possible, Artha Batmasana, off lock. This is way, it is off lock, and this is full lock. We will project the photograph now. Please project the photograph. This is Batmasana. Just lock your legs. Close the eyes. Relax the whole body. Now extend the tongue outside the mouth and roll the sides of the tongue up so that it forms a tube. Inhale slowly through that tube made of your tongue. At the end of inhalation, roll the tongue in and close the mouth and exhale slowly through the nose. Inhale through the tube made of your tongue. Once you finish inhaling, roll the tongue inside and exhale slowly through the nose. Do this continuously for next few minutes till I give the instruction for next step. It is Bhastrika. Continue to sit in Padmasana or Vajrasana. Inhale slowly through the nostrils and fill the abdomen completely. Exhale quickly and forcefully through the nose by contracting the abdominal muscles towards the spine. Let me show you. Inhale slowly through the nostrils and fill the abdomen completely. And exhale quickly and forcefully. Inhale, fill the abdomen completely. Exhale quickly and forcefully, like by contracting the abdominal muscles towards the spine. Then again inhale slowly through the nostrils and fill the abdomen completely. Okay? Please close your eyes and do this continuously for a few more minutes. Relax. This process, Kriya, awakens non-mechanical parts of your brain to help you in integrity with yourself and others. Now, 45-minute break for breakfast. For some countries breakfast, some countries lunch, some countries tea, and in Biddi it's a tea break. Am I right? Snacks, tea and snacks. So I can say tea, breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, break. Wow. This is the real meaning of the word Jagat Guru, the Guru of the world. When he teaches, literally the world sits in front of him. All right. 45 minutes break means 11:26 p.m. Indian Standard Time. You calculate your time. 11:26 p.m. Indian Standard Time, you will be here. Let's gather for next session. Thank you.